Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Trading Made Easy right here on YouTube. And I am glad that you found yourself here. Today is going to be another triple arrow video. Now, today I want to shoot this video as a special request for one of my subscribers. And I am hoping that it provides some value to you all as well as I know it will, right? If you're interested in more consistency in your trading, just becoming a better trader. You're interested in seeing the market through a clearer lens where it's not as confusing and you want to just basically profit, more consistently, then this video is definitely going to be of benefit to you. Now, for all of those of you that don't know, of course, I am a currency trader. My name is Janice. I'm a currency trader. I've been trading foreign currency now for about 3 years. Fast forward. I ran across the triple arrow system. Prior to that, I was basically in on a training ground, right? So I was not a loss at all. I learned so much, and I'm still learning so much. So for those time frames prior to the triple arrow system, I was just stuffing my head with knowledge, right? I was just stuffing my head with knowledge. I was just on the charts, just doing all those things. Now, did I want to make money? Absolutely. Did I make money? Absolutely. But I lost just as much as I made, right? It was that kind of situation, just kind of going up, going down, going up, going down. The consistency was not there. It was not there until I came across the triple arrow system. And quite frankly, it totally changed my trading experience around. Now I'm able to see what I really it wasn't clear. I couldn't see it prior to the system. And so with what I was learning and when I came across the system, it was like a light bulb that just went off, and it just made everything so much more visible, so much more clearer in my mind, right? Sometimes we know it, but that image in our mind is still fuzzy. And of course, that can create some poor trading decisions. And so with the triple arrow system, it just alleviated that. So that's what I do. Everything that I do from a standpoint of trading is based on the triple arrow system. This is my GPS. This is my guide. And it has allowed me to profit more consistently in the market. One of the things that I did realize immediately, though, when I did get the system, just to be completely transparent, because nothing is perfect, right? Nothing is perfect. What I did realize is that the triple arrows, once the triple arrows come in, that is not the best opportune time to get into the trade. And I know that a lot of traders that use the triple arrow system is doing that. So I created my trading plan that really alleviated that, because what's been happening is that you get in the trade and then you go right into drawdown. There's a very specific reason that happens. And so you have to have an understanding of price movement and be able to identify when the trend is actually in motion. And so when the triples come in, that doesn't necessarily mean that the trend is actually in motion. Well, with the trading plan that I created, we're now able to take advantage of the trend when it's in motion. And it's a phenomenal trading plan. I'm not the only one that's benefited from it. Those that are private coaching students, they get the privileged opportunity to use that plan, and they're benefiting from it as well. It made all the difference. So with that being said, inside the description of the video, I'm going to leave the link for my calendar to book a session so that we can peel that onion back. And also, you have to have the system, right? You have to have the system. So if you don't have the triple arrow system, there's going to be a link there for you to get your system as well. And then we're going to rock and roll. I'm going to show you how to really profit consistently in the market. So on to the purpose of this video. As I mentioned, one of my subscribers requested more information on how I trade arrow to arrow. Now, there are several ways that you can utilize the system, and I'm able to maximize it in different ways. One of the ways is trading arrow to arrow. Now, what I do, and I suggest as well that you have certain accounts for specific reasons. My long-term goals, I have an account for those things, right? And with that, I trade on the higher time frame. As you're seeing now, this is the daily time frame. This is one of my long-term. As a matter of fact, this is my debt freedom account. And so I'm building my debt freedom money, right, through this account, utilizing the higher time frame and, of course, the hour-to-hour system that I use. Um, on the higher time frame is a little different. My trading plan is a little different because it's a higher time frame, and so I want to get in earlier. And of course, the higher time frame, the price movement is a little stable. It can absorb news and different erratic behaviors that may take place in the market. The higher time frame can absorb that without as much volatility. And so that's one of the benefits of the higher time frame, in addition to the fact that this is not an account that I am building on a daily basis, right? It's over time. So I tweak my trading plan slightly with the higher time frame. So on the higher time frame, what we're going to wait for, of course, is the triples. Now, once you get your big arrow, that is not an indication for you to get in, because the big arrow alone does not indicate that it's time to enter. You're still in the previous trend. So right here we have our big arrow, bullish big arrow, right? But just that big arrow alone would have indicated that we're still in a dominant downtrend, which was the previous, let me move me out the way, which was the previous trend. So that's very, very important to recognize. You do not execute on the big arrow, no matter what. You don't do that. So on the higher time frame, if you want to trade arrow to arrow, basically what you're going to do is wait for your triples. That's it. You're going to wait for your triples. And then you can execute, right? You can execute on that. Now, what I like to do, I like multiple confirmations, of course. And so what I like to do is make sure that my MACD is indicating bullish momentum as well. And when that is the case, then you take your trade. This is, again, I'm saying on a daily and above. On a daily and above. You can do this on the 4-hour as well. You can do it on a 4-hour as well. And once you get in, you stay in the trade until the opposite big arrow appears. Now, I get out on the big arrow. I enter on the triples. I exit on the big arrow. And on a daily, you're looking at a long term. Let me just keep saying that, as long term. You can be in this trade for 6 months. You can be in this trade for a year, right? I mean, it's long term, but I'm going to show you, or at least explain to you, how you can take money off the top, right? Because a lot do that as well. So that is really all there is to the big arrow to big arrow trading method, utilizing the triple arrow system. Now, for your daily, okay, and you are in the trade, as I mentioned, you can be in this trade for 6 months to a year. The average amount of pips, you're looking at anywhere over 500-600, anywhere over that, right? So you're going to be able to get some really, really good pips out of this particular trade. Not this one, but I'm just saying in general, for your long-term trade. You'll be able to get some good pips out of that. Now, what you can do is, one, let me give you some precautions. You definitely want to be under leveraged. You want to be under leveraged for your account size, whatever that is. You want to be under leveraged because you're going to have to deal with some swings. Now, just like you can get a whole lot of pips, you can also go into some deep drawdown. So you need to make sure that your account can handle the drawdown. That's very, very important. So under leverage your account. Now, if you are in a long term on a daily or above, and you have more than a 10-cent lot, right? More than a 10-cent lot, then what you can do at a certain point, say you wanted to, take off $100 a day, $200 a day, $50 a day, $25 a day, I don't know, whatever that is, you can actually go in and you can close. You don't close, you modify your trade, then you can close. Basically, you're decreasing your lot, and you can decrease your, not close, I'll take that back. You're decreasing your lot, and you will decrease it to the amount of money that you want to pull off. So what I recommend if you do that is that you know have enough remaining in your account where you can continue to experience great growth. And what I also recommend is that if you do that modification to take money off, that you do it once per week. That way you give your account, you give your trade time to rebound, to make that money back up. So I recommend that. If you go less than once a week, then what I recommend is that the dollar amount that you take off is very small, right? Because if you're doing it on a daily basis, you want your trade to have an opportunity to make that money back up before you take more of the money off the top. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, you can certainly do that. You can take, just depending on how many pips you have at the time. What I recommend is that you get up into the 300 range of your pips, and then take half. If you take half, then you want to wait before you take another half. You want to wait until that half has already been regained, and then you can do it that way. So there are lots of ways that you can still be in a long-term trade, but you can actually take money off the top on a scheduled basis. So I hope that helped. Now on the lower time frames, you can still use the arrow to arrow method. However, I do modify my trading plan. My trading plan is different, and we go strictly by those guidelines on the trading plan. And this is what we do on a daily basis, utilizing the trading plan. And so, but everything is the same. You get your big arrow, your triples, and you want to go ahead and get in. No matter what time frame I totally don't recommend anything lower than an hour. Honestly, I don't. It's just too erratic. But what I recommend, if you trade the arrow to arrow, that you get in on the triples and you exit on the big arrow. I also recommend that you under leverage your account, even if you're on the hour time frame, because it's still long term. It's just not as long as the 4 hour and above. And that may be more suitable for you so that you can close out your trade sooner. You may not want to be in a trade for months, right? So you want to do the arrow to arrow on the hour, and that's very, very doable, very, very much more comfortable, and you can capitalize on your profits and close out on your profits relatively sooner. On average, a week, on average, 7 business days, trading days, I'm sorry, is average that you would be out the trade. Now, that's not always the case, right? Because we do have some pairs that are just running in a downtrend. They've been doing that for 2-3 weeks or a month. It just depends. But on average, you're looking at being able to close out within 7 trading days. And on average, the pip amount on a 1 hour is, anywhere from 150 to maybe 200 pips. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And yeah, you just, even with that, you want to make sure that you're not over leveraging your account, because even on the hour, you're going to have some swings. Now, once you become one of my coaching students, I can certainly show you how you can determine the level of the pullback. For the most part, nothing is guaranteed, and no income claims. I cannot promise you that you're going to make money, be successful, or anything like that. I can only, say with confidence is that the trading plan is very effective, and it will allow you to profit far more consistently in the market than you currently are. That's the only thing that I can say with certainty, right? You'll be better off. So utilize the links that's inside of the description of the video and get plugged in. Now, I have to say this, and I'm going to keep saying this until our upgraded system is released. You have an opportunity for all of those that do not have the triple arrow system right now. You absolutely want to get this system. You want the system because it just makes trading much more easier anyway. But in addition to that, you want to get this system because we have an upgrade that's going to be released very, very soon. And for all of those individuals that currently have the current Triple Arrow system, when the upgrade is released, you get that upgrade absolutely free, no cost to you. And in addition to that, you get 2 licenses, meaning you can put that upgrade system on 2 different computers. That is phenomenal, in addition to the current system that you have. So this is a fantastic opportunity to really have the best of both worlds with these systems. And the new system, of course, is upgraded. So we're going to have even more consistency, more accuracy, more ease. And what I can tell you is that it's going to be so simple, a child can actually use it. And that's the name of the game. Trading doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't. I know that there's a lot of great traders out there and they have their own methods, and that's fine. That's fine. I often look at it and, I've been a part of those methods, but now I just see things so totally different. And I look at what, people are doing, how they're charting, what they're looking at, and all of those things. I'm not taking anything from it. If that's how you see the system and that's what resonates with you, and you having good results, by all means, do what works. Do what works. But I have to say, I often look at that and I'm wondering, like, why are you doing it that way? I look at my system and I'm saying, well, my arrows just told me this. My support resistance just told me this. My trend lines just told me this. And I didn't have to do all of those things that you just did. And another thing and that makes me just so thankful and grateful for the system is that when I see where great traders now, these are not around the way, these are great traders. They're making a lot of money when they make a bad call. And I can look at my system and clearly see why they should not have made that call. Because again, this is my GPS. It allows you to see what you don't see. It allows you to see past your analysis. Because if you miss something you may have missed, right? Though you are analyzing the chart to the best of your ability, this gives you that additional insight. And so I swear by the Triple Arrow system, and all my training, everything that I do is based on that. It's based on that. And I can't wait for the upgrade because it's just going to be phenomenal. So get plugged in now. Access those links so that you and I can work together and we can maximize this system and profit far more consistently. So that is the end of my video. I hope that has answered your question to my subscriber and that it was a benefit to you all as well. So until the next time, I'll see you on the next video. Have a great one.